Hey guys, welcome. Jeff with Half-Assed Gaming. I'm going to be doing a little how-to today for AMT's new transmissions for the 389, courtesy of Ross. There's a bunch of new ones, but this specific how-to is going to be on the new 15 speed. So let me jump into the garage here and we'll show you what I'm talking about. Everything you see with the Eaton-Fuller badge, those are actual legitimate transmissions used in the Peterbilt 389 as researched by Ross. You have the Ultra Shift versions, those are automatics with retarders. And then you have your 18 speeds, 13 speeds, 10 speed with overdrive, automatic transmission. There's also the 15 speeds here, which we're going to be talking about today. There's also a 9-speed, if you go over to the day cab option. You will have 9 speeds up at the top. I'm going to stick with my flat top sleeper, however. So, to use the 15-speed transmission, you will need an H-shifter. It would have to be something on the similar to the G27 by Logitech or G25 by Logitech. As long as you have the H-shifter that goes along with one of those, you will be able to use this transmission. Not recommended is using it with a sequential shift transmission. Like if you use paddles on your wheel, it's going to become very difficult. It does have 15 gears, but you treat it as a 10-speed gearbox. So I'm going to show you the gearbox now, and then we'll discuss how to set it up in a few minutes. If you know anything about an H-shifter, more specifically the G27 version, which I have here, there are 2 selector switches to use multiple, essentially splits for the H-shifter. So you can go 1 through 18. There's 2 selector buttons, so any combination of those selector buttons will give you your 18 speeds. However, when dealing with the 15 speed, you can see over in the bottom right hand corner here, when I shift into 1, it says 1DR. That's a deep reduction. So what that means is it's a very short gear. It allows for maximum pulling power. It's very short, so if you're pulling a very heavy load and you need to really manage your torque efficiently down low, these are the gears you're going to want to use. Ross explained to me that this was used for hauling tankers because they're very heavy when full, but when light, they're very easy to maneuver. So when you use the selector switch, so now I'm in first deep reduction. So that is very short gear. It's going to get me from about 0 to 6 kilometers per hour. But if I press the selector switch, that's going to bring me into normal 1, which is going to give me to about 10 kilometers per hour. So, over time, you can see that that's a big difference. The reason why you can't use this with a sequential is because once you get out of 5 deep reduction and go to sequential, it will sequentially go to 1, which is much, much lower than the gear that you're in, which will cause you to pretty much come to a stop. So, we're in first. I've got the selector button on. So I can shift normally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we press selector button 2. That's going to bring us to 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay? So we'll turn around here. Now the trick is to get this set up, which I will show you in a moment. I just want to show you how it works out of first selector. So deep reduction 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I'm only just up to 10 kilometers per hour getting into 4. So 5. 6. And there's multiple ways you can set this up. I actually found a small application that will help infinitely when getting this transmission set up, because it is a little unconventional. So let's take a look at what you need to do in this little app to get this transmission set up. Okay, so let's show you how to set this up. I'm going to leave the link to this program here. Somebody created it about a year ago. It's called the ETS2 Shifter Layout Setup. Very straightforward. What you're essentially doing is changing the gear selectors to what you need them to be. All transmissions in ETS2 are set up 1 through 18. What that means is a 15-speed transmission where the first 5 gears are the deep reduction gears. Those are still 1 through 5. So then your 6 through 10 are actually 1 through 5 again, but without the deep reduction. So you just have to take that into account when creating this. So this is how this comes, okay? So you have your H. So this is normally what you would have in a range splitter. So here you have first to third to sixth to seventh to, you can set this up however you want, but this is how this comes up, and you have to configure it yourself. In the game, the range splitter would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then over here, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and so on and so forth. Okay. Then you have your splitter, which is going to be usually odds and evens. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, or 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on. But what we need to do here is create basically 3 5-speeds. Okay, so you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to go to the next toggle. And you can use either toggle 1 or toggle 2, whichever you'd like to. I personally use toggle 1 to go from deep reduction to standard. So then here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, actually, we're omitting the 6 for right now. And then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But we have 5 more. Right, because now we're only up to halfway through our 10 speed, technically. So then it's going to be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's your 15 speed. And I will load my file so you can see the difference between how it's set up here in a standard format, how it comes to you. So there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, nothing. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there's your 10 speeds. But we still have 5 more to go. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you're essentially omitting the bottom leg of the H just to keep all 3 separated. Now I put these over here on this side, which is toggle 2. I left the 15 here. I'm not sure why, but you can also do, if you're in deep reduction, you can go from, 5 over here, hit toggle 2, and then put 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 here as well if you would like. I just, I'll probably do that myself, but right now I just wanted to get 1 through 5 and 6 through 10 one toggle away from each other, which I've done, just because I don't feel like I'm going to use the deep reduction as much as the normal, but it will still be there for me to use. But to make it easier on yourself, if you plan on using the deep reduction, if you take a lot of heavier loads, and due to the recent update, it seems like they've definitely taken into account how much things weigh a little bit more now. So your 600 horsepower motor is not quite doing as much as it used to. So that's what I would do right there. You can, with the hitting the second toggle out of 5th gear, you swing right back over here and go to 11th, which is technically 6th. But I hope you're picking that up. This program's really easy to use. If you find how you want it set up, you just press save. Save it as the file you want. Yes. And then you save your SII file. So your SII file is going to be in your profile. And you can see the last profile I edited is on the 24th at 6:04 p.m. That's very important because that is the one that you just used. If the one you're trying to figure out is probably this one. So we're going to open that. And you want to save it as the gearbox range splitter.sii. That is going to input all the data that this fine gentleman has added into his little program. It's going to write a text file right in there for you. And there you are. That's how to set up the new 15-speed Eaton-Fuller gearbox, brought to you by AMT and Ross. So give him a round of applause there, and hope this helps you out. Give us a like and subscribe if it did. We'll catch you next time.